Hey, I'm Pops, and I want to talk about Supergirl. Yeah, I know. It's a little not what you expect, right? So, yeah, I want to talk about Supergirl. Well, wait a minute. Not that Supergirl. No, not that one either. Mm-mm. Oh, God. No, definitely not that one. Okay. Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, the one that James Gunn says we're going to get because he was so impressed by Tom King. Let's hear what he had to say.
One of my favorite comic book series from last year was Tom King's run on Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. And so we're going to turn that into a big science fiction epic film.
Boy, do I have a surprise for you.
Okay. You got that? Now, let's hear a little more about what's so impressive about this story to James Gunn.
Now, Superman is a guy who was sent to Earth and raised by loving parents, whereas Supergirl in this story, she is a character who was raised on a chunk of Krypton. She watched everybody around her perish in some terrible way, so she's a much more jaded character.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No! No!
Okay, so I thought to myself, all right, I'm going to read this. I'm probably going to hate myself for reading this based on everything I've heard and what I know of what Tom King has written. But we're going to give it a go. It's only eight issues, and it was absolutely horrible. But that's a spoiler, I suppose I shouldn't have said. It centers around Supergirl, who's 21 years old. She is not in our galaxy. She's somewhere where they don't have a yellow sun. And she does this so she can get fall down drunk in a pub. A pub which coincidentally is being visited by a young girl whose father has been murdered by and she's got this incredible sword that she's offering as payment to whoever can basically just go murder the killer of her dad. Okay? That's pretty much it. Right? They killed my dad. True grit, right? Now, this turns sideways on her right away, of course, because she's this little tiny girl who can't hold her own. And Supergirl just happens to be in that pub, grabs the sword, one-ups the guy. She's completely drunk. And she's puking in a bucket. She agrees to help. Now, because she's in an environment without a yellow sun, she doesn't have her powers. So when she gets attacked, she takes an arrow directly to the chest. Actually, she takes several arrows directly to the chest and then manages to defeat this guy and other people without any problems with minimal to no powers because she's amazing. Don't you see? She's amazing. And if you wanted 90s comic, you're not going to see that. This is Bilquis art, lots of pastels. There's some primary colors because obviously it's red, yellow, and blue as far as her costume goes. They spend 6 pages at one point with basically like space on the airplane kind of jokes, right? Like this person's sitting too close to me and I don't like this alien. So then we fly around and we spend what sounds like months at times where she has scowls on her face. She's going around the galaxies. I have no idea where she is. I don't have enough frame of reference to know where all these places are. And she's taking this little girl with her. And she's rude. And she's demanding. And she's trying to figure things out. And then they fly around. And they do it again. And they create cool covers. And they make people think there's a story. And really nothing is ever happening. It's just her doing things. Now, she does get close and she has to battle like crazy things from time to time. Like she comes face to face with one monster and it lasts 2 seconds because she's Supergirl, right? You think she's going to get killed at one moment. She's not. They have like this orb thing that he has and he transports her to a planet with like a kryptonite sun. And I know this is going to be really hard for you to figure out what she should do to stay out of the sun because the story is, it's going to be 10 hours till night. So no, she doesn't get under a blanket. She doesn't hide in a cave. She just lays there and takes it. And the little girl has to shed off her cloak, wield the sword, and defend Supergirl and fight off some lizard monster thing, which of course she does because she's also amazeballs. Then they ride on a white stallion across the galaxy because, and they eventually come in and face to face with him again. He has, he tries some of the same tactics to no avail because she's just amazing. That's all there is to it. The narration comes from the little girl, and most of the narration is about she's just amazing. She's amazing. Oh my God, she's amazing. And that's how things proceed. She does have the costume pretty much. I don't think they change it until the very end, but that's pretty much how things go. But come to find out, the horse isn't really a horse. It's someone that's been cursed. When the little girl gets her chance to kill, she realizes that he has a woe is me story, and she can't kill him. And that because Supergirl is so great in amazeballs, that she decides that he needs to be condemned to like work labor, even though he's a mass genocide killer. And all these galaxies that he's been, if he goes back to any of them, I'm assuming they're just going to kill him on the spot. So when it ends, it's him old on some place, and he's been there slaving away this whole time or whatever, and that's his penance, whatever. And it's like, she gets the Captain Marvel haircut and has the whole look, and I mean, she might as well be Brie Larson. I mean, I don't know if that's what you guys wanted, but that sounds like what DC wanted to do. They're like, listen, I know how fans feel about Captain Marvel, so we need to make sure we have our own Captain Marvel. That's what we need. DC, the DCEU doesn't need Gal Gadot Wonder Woman right now. We don't need, I don't know how many other amazing female characters. Zatanna, we could have something with her. That would be amazing. I would love to see something in sort of like a Justice League Dark. Would have been nice to see stuff like that being done. But no, we're going to get Amazeball Supergirl to supplant Superman because James Gunn felt like Superman got raised with nice parents. She was raised on a rock, and that's what makes her this horrible, skeezy, completely unlikable, witchy Karen with a cape and a skirt. So there you go. Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, the new Space Karen, coming to theaters somewhat soon. We'll see how that goes. I am Pops. Thanks for your time.
Yeah. Right? And I'm not